I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized.
Meanwhile,
Big mama. Big mama. That big mama.
She would take pictures of herself in a bikini and upload them to her lonely male followers on social media. Then Angel Reese would turn around and complain about being over-sexualized. Lonely men keep telling me to take more clothes off. It's so unfair. This week, Angel Reese, I guess, decided to take a step further.
She says she's a victim, mocked, threatened, unfairly sexualized. But the internet can't stop asking the same question. If that's true, why does Angel Reese keep doing the exact things she claims to hate? The double standard is blinding. 1 minute, she's giving emotional interviews about being misunderstood. The next, she's twerking on camera or posting thirst traps right after her team gets blown out.
Nobody, like you got no time. You literally got a bra on and booty shorts on with your booty cheek hanging out the bottom of it. Like, why?
I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and not be there for them. So
in a league that's still fighting for mainstream respect, players like Caitlin Clark are carrying the torch with poise and professionalism. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is busy putting out content that looks more like Instagram modeling than basketball. The clash between image and performance has reached a boiling point, and last week, the basketball gods may have decided to respond with a brutal 27-point loss that exposed everything.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader. Outside of rebounding her own missed layups, what does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night, and for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
Picture this: a sold-out United Center, the biggest arena in the city, buzzing with over 19,000 fans. This was supposed to be a celebration, a historic moment for Chicago Sky basketball. Instead, it turned into an absolute massacre. The Indiana Fever showed up missing their three biggest names: no Caitlin Clark, no Sophie Cunningham, and no head coach. On paper, the Sky had every advantage. But once the game started, none of that mattered.
Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky.
The Fever tore Chicago apart. It wasn't just a loss, it was a dismantling. Every possession looked like a clinic in fundamentals and ball movement, while the Sky played like they'd just met 5 minutes before tip-off. It was a 27-point blowout that made fans leave early. Imagine paying premium prices only to walk out by the fourth quarter in disappointment. That's how bad it got. Angel Reese was the biggest name on the court that night. No distractions, no excuses. This was supposed to be her moment to shine. Instead, she vanished. 4 points. 2 of 7 shooting. A -20 while she was on the floor. That's not just underwhelming. That's catastrophic. Especially for someone who labels herself as one of the faces of the league. If you're going to wear the crown, you have to show up in the big moments. Reese didn't.
Boston trying to be a safety valve, 8 to shoot. Boston this time working against Reese, pivots, puts it up, and one opportunity. Aaliyah Boston clearing out all the traffic.
And here's where we need your help. This kind of content takes time, research, and hours of editing, and the number of subscribers on this channel is still way too low. If you want more bold commentary like this, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and drop a comment below. Even a simple, "I'm here for the truth," goes a long way. Let's build a community that isn't afraid to speak on what others ignore.
Angel Reese, part 38. Let's get it! Life throws her lemons. She makes bricks. Bang! PSA to anyone watching. She is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man. Bang! I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan? Bang! Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What? Bang!
Reese's defenders might say she was having an off night, but the truth is, this isn't an isolated incident. When the lights are brightest, she fades. It's become a pattern, and fans are noticing. While her social media blows up with modeling shots and party clips, her game continues to plateau. The numbers don't lie, and they're not in her favor.
But both teams facing a little bit of adversity, having certain players out or not at full capacity.
McDonald, a huge triple in the corner. Mitchell, patient in the corner, flips it up top. Boston, other side. McDonald, another three. I'm loving it.
While Reese vanished, Indiana's role players stepped into the spotlight and completely owned the stage. Kelsey Mitchell dropped 17 points like it was nothing, making it look effortless. She wasn't just scoring, she was making the kind of shots that silence a crowd. Statement shots, the kind that say, "We don't need our stars to embarrass you." Every time the Sky thought they had an answer, Mitchell lit the fuse again.
Folks, there were people in the crowd getting there early saying, "Hey, Caitlin, can you sign my jersey? Hey, Aaliyah, can you sign my shirt? Hey, Sophie, can you sign my picture?" There were people asking for autographs in the Chicago Sky crowd that weren't even born yet the last time the Chicago Sky scored this little amount of points. There were people in the crowd who weren't even a thought in their parents' minds at the time that the Chicago Sky last scored at least 52 points, the lowest point total since 2011.
Then there was Lexi Hull, quietly stacking a career milestone by surpassing 500 points, right in the middle of one of her smoothest shooting nights this season. And Arie McDonald just signed a hardship contract, barely had time to learn her teammates' names, and still managed to score 12 with 4 steals. She played with more urgency, more hunger, and more composure than Reese, who had home court and all the fanfare. That's what preparation looks like. That's what depth and focus can do. These were supposed to be backup players, but they came in and ran the Sky off their own court.
Angel Reese gets up, Aaliyah Boston shoves her, gives her a little stiffy. Hey, don't come at Caitlin. But look at her, Angel Reese upset. Oh my gosh. Hey man, this was hilarious. Look, Angel Reese was pissed. Look at her, she was still going out there a little bit. Look, took the jersey out. What's going on?
This isn't the first time it's happened. Flashback to May 17th. Chicago faced Indiana in Indianapolis, and it was even uglier. The Sky got blown out by 35 points. That wasn't just a loss, it was a message. And Angel Reese was at the center of it. She tried to rattle Caitlin Clark with hard fouls and trash talk, attempting to carry over her college enforcer energy. But this isn't college, and pros like Clark don't rattle that easily.
I thought Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were cool, but I don't know, man. The way Angel got up, she was like, Look at her. Ooh. I mean, she was getting after it, fam. Oh my goodness. Now, the funny thing was Caitlin Clark sniffing, walking away. Hold on, let me see if I can get a good angle. Yeah, look. watch Caitlin Clark's face right here. Watch this.
Reese grabbed 17 rebounds that game, which sounds great, until you realize most of them were her own missed shots or those of her teammates. That kind of stat padding doesn't win games. It just pads Instagram bios. In that matchup, she shot 2 of 7 and finished with 12 points, but none of it came when it mattered. When the game needed a leader, she was busy flexing for the cameras and trying to start a fight. What the Fever did in response? They didn't shove. They didn't yell. They just scored. Over and over and over. Until the game was beyond saving.
Big mama. Big mama. That big mama for real. It's so proportional, like.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's talking about 200.
It don't even look like it.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
Now let me see your booty. Dang.
After the latest 27-point loss, you'd expect some humility. Maybe a quiet night, some film study, time in the gym. But no, Angel Reese did what Angel Reese always does. She opened her phone, snapped some thirst traps, and posted them like clockwork. Minutes after getting embarrassed on the court, she was back online, posing in bikinis and trying to go viral. It was a masterclass in distraction, and the timing couldn't have been worse.
Where I come from, this is tacky. There's nothing cute about this. I mean, yeah, what has that got to do with basketball? I mean, honestly. But don't you criticize her. Don't you do it, Rhodes. I mean, that's supposed to be, boy, that's great for a supposed role model to young women. It's disgusting. It is.
This is the same player who had just given an emotional interview about being over-sexualized and unfairly targeted. She said lonely men kept pressuring her, that she just wanted to focus on basketball. She spoke with pain and frustration in her voice. And people listened. But when you post content that fuels the very thing you claim to be hurt by, people start asking questions, not just fans, teammates, coaches, the league. What exactly do you want to be known for?
Kathy Engelbert, no space for hate, but you got your players putting this kind of stuff out and you expect people to not be critical of it. That's what you expect. It's not going to happen. Your players in your league are going to get criticized. I've said I think she'll be out of basketball in 2 to 3 years because she wants to be a podcaster, wants to be a social media influencer, doesn't really want to be a basketball player. If she does, she might play an Unrivaled, but not the WNBA. Her game seems to be more suited for that league.
And then it happened. Just days after playing the victim card and calling out over-sexualization in the media, Angel Reese posted a full video of herself twerking with rapper Sexy Y Red. Not a story, not a casual moment. A polished, choreographed video meant to go viral. It worked. The internet exploded. But not in a good way. The hypocrisy was staggering. Screenshots of her victim speech were placed side by side with her dance video, and the contradiction was impossible to ignore.
Caitlyn would never embarrass herself like that. No, she wouldn't. I mean, she just wouldn't. I mean, what are we doing?
People weren't laughing. They were cringing. What does this have to do with basketball? Fans asked. What are we teaching the next generation? Critics demanded. The comments weren't just angry. They were confused. Because when you market yourself like an influencer, you lose credibility as an athlete. And when that happens, the league suffers. Kathy Engelbert can say, no space for hate, all she wants. But the truth is that brand damage doesn't care about slogans.
Clark, she's been heavily scrutinized over the last, 2 or 3 years? I can't think of one time that Caitlin Clark embarrassed herself or the league. Seeing Caitlin Clark on social media twerking with Machine Gun Kelly. I have never seen Steph Curry publicly embarrass himself or the NBA.
Let's compare that to players who let their game speak. Aaliyah Boston? Her posts are all about training, team wins, and staying locked in. Lexi Hull? Same. And Caitlin Clark? She's been under a microscope since college, criticized for everything from her body language to her highlight reels, but not once has she embarrassed herself or the league. No twerking videos, no Instagram drama, just game.
Angel Reese wants to shake her ass and seek validation from lonely men. Fine. But I think what Angel Reese really wants, and this is just me speculating, I don't know her, but I think what Angel Reese really wants is to be respected. Kinda hard to earn respect when you're exploiting yourself on social media. Even though most people don't consider Angel Reese to be the face of the league, she does. If you're the face of the league, that comes with certain expectations, responsibility.
Steph Curry doesn't need a gimmick. Neither does Sabrina Ionescu. That's what makes the Reese situation even more frustrating for serious fans. She has the platform, she has the voice, but instead of lifting the league, she's chasing viral moments and modeling contracts. The WNBA is still fighting for TV time, ticket sales, and respect. You can't demand that respect while simultaneously doing everything that undermines it. That's not empowerment. That's confusion in high definition.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pregame catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game of basketball? Now,
you know what Angel Reese did put a lot of time into? Her pregame outfit. Boots matched the jacket, gloves matched the hat. The whole ensemble was runway ready. And that's fine, until fans start asking if she spends more time on her outfits than her jump shot. Because when you're missing layups and shooting 28% from the field, the fashion show starts to feel like a distraction. Especially when your team is getting dismantled in front of thousands. The numbers from both Fever games paint a brutal picture. 2 games, 2 blowouts. One common thread. Angel Reese. The math isn't subtle, it's not personal, it's performance. And it's forcing fans to wonder if she's really committed to the game or just committed to the brand. If you care more about likes than layups, you'll get followers, but you won't get wins. While Angel Reese was out chasing clout and stirring drama, the Indiana Fever were quietly building a winning culture. Even without their stars, they've shown grit, depth, and poise. They're not just playing for clicks, they're playing for banners. And with Caitlin Clark expected to return fully healthy, that team is going to be terrifying next season. They've already proven they can beat you with or without their stars. That's not hype, that's culture. And as for Angel Reese, she can still turn it around, but only if she realizes something fast. Credibility takes years to build, and one post to destroy. If she wants to be a star, it's time to act like one. Until then, she's just another highlight in someone else's victory reel. If you've made it this far, you're clearly part of the solution, not the noise. So do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and drop a comment below. What do you think Angel Reese needs to do to reclaim her narrative? Let's talk about it. And until next time, stay sharp, stay honest, and we'll see you in the next one.